Hi, it's Sharon with Design Your Beautiful Life, where we design a life you don't want or need to escape from. And today we're going to talk about ditching the diet, ditching that diet mindset. I don't talk about it a lot because I realized early on in my health coaching career that the diet culture wasn't one that I wanted to carry forward, I guess we could say. I know that there's so much more to do with wellness than the number on the bottom of that scale. So I just wanted to, help everyone have the best overall health and wellness that they can achieve. And I still have that belief today. So if you are trying to, increase your wellness, you start Googling things, and I know it can just get so overwhelming, right? I mean, you can go down the rabbit hole in every different direction, and there's always a different, better this, a better that. I think that it's important to not get sucked into whatever that newest meal plan is trending. It's essential to put more emphasis on just some simple frameworks for wellness. That allows us to feel secure in our own choices. And like we're standing on a firm foundation that won't be shaken when that next trendy diet comes along. And I always say that, food is foundational health, and I always believe that. So let's just talk about maybe 4 different things that I think are important to take a look at. And they're easy, okay? I like simple. So the first one is swapping a beverage. Now, what I'd love for you to do on this one is to just write down, spend maybe a day, maybe 2, writing down every time you have a beverage around what time it is and what the beverage is. Don't overthink it. Most definitely don't edit it, and don't shame yourself. Whatever you're putting down is what you're consuming. That's fine. Then you kind of have a little goalpost of what's happening and what your normal behaviors, right? So typically you might say, you're drinking a glass of juice in the morning, a latte either on the way to work or sometime in the late morning, maybe a soda later in the afternoon for that extra pick-me-up, maybe a glass of wine in the evening to wind down. Pretty typical. And whatever other beverages all in between there, just write it all down. Then what I'd like you to do is pick one place, just one to start with, that you can swap out that beverage with a glass of water. Now, I know I always talk about drinking more water, but it's just that critical that we stay hydrated. Hydration is pivotal too to feeling energized, even more so than caffeine, although don't take my cup of coffee away. I don't know how you feel about that, but in any case, don't pass up an opportunity to grab some water. And instead, what you'll be doing is slowly maybe exchanging at least 1 or 2 of a sugary or non-nutritional beverage for a glass of water until you've made a habit that sticks. And you know me, I love sharing new habit tricks. So there's one. The second one we don't probably talk about that often. This is called don't neglect your cravings. So by simply acknowledging that you're having a craving for something, maybe you have a small portion of it, okay? Now this is, considering that this is a craving that you can control in some way or want to control in some way. For me, alcohol, non-negotiable for this. But for many of you, just maybe having a small portion of it, we begin to take our power back, okay? Because a craving does not necessarily mean that you're gonna have to go out and binge on it. It's not an all or nothing. Instead, it's maybe a normal signal our body is giving us that we just address it, we enjoy it, and we move forward. I'll give you an example of what I do. I love my dark chocolate, love it. And if I probably haven't had it any time during the day, by late afternoon, I might have a little bit of a craving for it, okay? Because I love it that much. Now, what I do is I just have on hand always a few really good quality dark chocolate bars. So when I have that craving or I just have a real wanting for a little piece of dark chocolate, I know that the kind I get is also, a good thing for me. It's a superfood. So I tear off a little bit, I have it and I enjoy it. I let it melt in my mouth. It is indulgent. It is fantastic. I love it. And I'm done. Okay? I don't daydream about it. I don't spend time spinning over it. I don't give it that power. It's just normalizing it as fuel for our body. Nothing more, nothing less. Try that. The other one is try new things. You know, I always talk about eating, of course, whole foods and eating the rainbow, eat for your chakras, you know, all of those beautiful colored foods. This means that no fruits or vegetables are off limits and they should regularly be added to our diet. I don't believe in demonizing fruits and vegetables. Now, obviously, if there's some that you already know that don't agree with you, well then, you know, pick something else. And don't just settle for green vegetables. I mean, I know we talk always about, you know, add more greens, add more greens. Do that because so many people don't eat greens or don't like them. But in this case, we're really talking about getting an assortment, okay? Just enjoying an assortment of food. So mixing up the produce that we enjoy, and that way you'll probably find new things to love. And this habit also keeps us from getting bored with food that we put on our plates. And I have a feeling, this is not necessarily scientific, but I have a feeling a lot of times when you're searching for something, you're searching for a new trend or searching for what's the latest, it's because you're kind of just bored with what you've put on your plate. So switch it up and don't make it boring, right? Simple. The other one this is what I just love, and it is top your meals. Now, it's possible to keep meals super simple. I have a pretty simple kind of meal plan, go-tos for myself, and I eat a lot of the same things over and over. But what I do is I switch it up by adding an assortment of pantry staples, so toppings and things that I keep, that I can add more nutrients to my diet, and I can make them more flavorful with different flavor profiles, etc. So keeping things on hand like some, you know, beautiful flavored olive oils, having sesame seeds, chia seeds, sunflower seeds to top on things, or any other kinds of nuts and chopped nuts. Fresh herbs, of course, those are always a beautiful addition to any meal, and they just always bump up the flavor of your foods. I'm sure you've noticed that. It's just all different myriads of things. If dairy is your friend, then, you know, certainly you can put some shavings of Parmesan, Reggiano, you know, Romano cheeses on things. So all those different condiments and toppings just really require very little effort, but they bring out extra flavor and goodness. I have kind of an example I'll share with you right now. I found quite a few years ago that a smoothie bowl works better for me than a smoothie that I drink. Okay, the smoothie bowl has less of the liquid in it, you know, probably whatever milk choice you use, has quite a bit less in it, and so it's spoonable, right? You eat it with a spoon. And I find that because of that, it helps with my digestion. So I don't get that heavy bloating that sometimes you might find with a smoothie that you're drinking. And then I also, because I love to chew my food rather than just drink it, I put all kinds of toppings on my smoothie bowl. So it boosts the nutrition, and it adds to the flavor profile, and it also makes it just a much more fun meal on my tongue, okay? So one of the things I might do is any kind of drizzled nut butters or chopped nuts and seeds, shavings of coconut, cacao nibs, oh gosh, the list goes on, goji berries, granola perhaps, all those different fun things, bee pollen, that really oomph up the nutrition value and make it a lot more fun. Because the bottom line is, food is meant to be enjoyed. You know, I've found that being mindful of what we put into our bodies, it really elevates our enjoyment. I think overall our health is better. You might even find that, you know, your weight is more at that natural place where your weight is meant to be. And we know that we're making smart choices, and we've taken our power back over food, okay? So I hope this helps just sort of dispel some of that diet culture nonsense. And I'd love to hear from you. I'd love, put comments in below. If you have anything you want to just share privately, feel free to reach out. I'm always here for you. Okay? Take care. Mwah. Love you from here.